Welcome to Thy History Geek. My name is Josh. Usually, when a country declares war on another country, they do so on purpose and for a reason. The key word in that sentence would be usually. In today's episode of Events of the Past, we're going to talk about the oddity of accidentally declaring war 5 times. Now let's talk about Switzerland's accidental wars. Switzerland is known to be one of the most peaceful countries on the planet. They remain neutral in many of the world's conflicts, and they even give out a peace prize each year. But one of their closest allies, or neighbors, I should say, may disagree with that assessment. Liechtenstein is a small country that borders Switzerland to the east, just between Austria and Switzerland. The country is so small that it actually only makes up about 62 square miles, and only has a population of around 37,000 people. Even though the country is small, though, boasts being one of the wealthiest countries in the world and has one of the lowest unemployment rates as well. In 1868, Liechtenstein decided to disband its military, and today it is still one of only 22 countries that have done that in the world. Now, these wars. The first one occurred on October 14th, 1968. The Swiss military was running a training exercise when they accidentally fired 5 artillery shells hitting Liechtenstein's only ski resort. The damage was relatively minor, and the tensions didn't escalate, but firing on another country is considered an act of war. Then, on August 26th, 1975, 75 members of the Swiss militia took a wrong turn and ended up within the borders of Liechtenstein in the region of Iradug, near the town of Balzers. I think I'm pronouncing that right. The local townspeople laughed it off, and they actually even invited the soldiers for drinks before sending them on their way. But again, crossing over into another country's territory, an act of war. Then, again, on December 5th, 1985, the Swiss Army was doing more training exercises when they unknowingly fired missiles into a forest in Liechtenstein, causing a large forest fire. This time, Liechtenstein wasn't too happy, and they expected restitution. And Switzerland paid for the error, and they compensated Liechtenstein for the damages that they caused. But firing missiles into another country, another act of war, that's 3. Then, the 4th, on October 13th, 1992, the Swiss was ordered to set up an observation post in the village of Triesenberg. The Swiss army obeyed, of course. There was only one problem with that order. Triesenberg wasn't actually owned by Switzerland. It was owned by Liechtenstein. Switzerland quickly realized the error of their ways and apologized for the incident, but that wasn't before their military went to set up this observation post. Stealing land? That's an act of war. Then, lastly, in March 2007, a company of 171 soldiers accidentally entered Liechtenstein after a bad storm, and they took a wrong turn. The Swiss eventually realized the error of their way, and they left actually before even Liechtenstein realized they were there. But again, they passed over the border of another country with a military force, an act of war. So, there you have it. The 5 times that Switzerland has accidentally declared war. And maybe using the phrase declared war is a little strong for what these offenses have been, but we can say for sure that they used poor discretion with their military force towards their neighbor, Liechtenstein. And I guess it's probably a good thing that Liechtenstein seems like they're a pretty chill neighbor. Well, I hope you liked this episode of Events of the Past. If you did, it would mean the world to me if you could leave a like on it. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon. That'll alert you anytime I put up new content. And I'm going to leave this episode with a quote from the 19th century philosopher and poet Ralph Waldo Emerson. "No one can bring you peace but yourself." Thanks for watching.